Well, G- Montana Governor Greg something, I don't know his last name, I have no interest in knowing his last name. He just banned TikTok. He said, if you're in the state of Montana and you download TikTok, you're breaking the law. But if you already have TikTok, you can continue to use it. First off, I'm just going to say that is the definition of mixed messaging. And second off, let's look at the evidence. When have you ever found something that TikTok itself was doing anything to spy on U.S. citizens and the U.S. government? Because that is basically what this whole thing is about. When the CEO of TikTok came and testified before Congress, this one white lady kept interrupting him throughout his entire testimony. She could not keep her mouth shut. Okay. You don't have to like TikTok, but you cannot take it away from people who do like TikTok or who want to download TikTok. Okay? TikTok should not be our government's main priority right now. We should worry about raising the debt ceiling and worrying about the gun problem we have in our country. We are the only country in the world who has a gun problem. You have to be 21 to take a sip of alcohol, and yet you can be 18 and buy a gun? Like the AR-15. This is not a gun where you can go out and shoot your dinner. No. With one bullet, it can destroy and mutilate a child. And these things are going from school to school, place to place, all over the country, destroying innocent lives and families. And we're worried about TikTok? Okay. Washington is full of old white people who are so old that they don't know their ass from their elbow. Okay? And I thought Rush Limbaugh was bad. Listen, you old people, listen. If you are in Washington as a politician and you are watching this, you do not have to like TikTok, but you cannot ban it. Because there are people in this country who do like TikTok, who want to use it. There are people who have made entire careers off of posting stuff on TikTok. You can't just take away their livelihood because you don't like it. And you turn a blind eye to the debt ceiling and to gun reform. I want y'all to focus on issues of national security. Things that are going to protect me and my family and my friends and the ones I hold dear. I don't want you sitting in Congress debating over something that's used for something that's used for entertainment. Okay, imagine if they took down YouTube or Netflix or Twitter or Instagram or all that other shit. Whew, sorry. We would not stand for it because we love those apps. They are a source of entertainment. Imagine if they took down Disney Plus or Hulu or Roku or Voodoo Fonteca or all that other stuff. We would not stand for it. We would riot because these are apps that are made for our entertainment, for our enjoyment, for our pleasure. And the government can't just take that away. Especially if these are apps who don't work for the government. Like, these apps, especially TikTok, have no connection to the government. And yes, well, TikTok is a Chinese company. TikTok has no connection to the Chinese government. Okay, worry about the spy balloons. Worry about the fact that innocent children are being shot up every other day. And we're doing virtually nothing to help them. Let's focus on that stuff, and then we can talk about TikTok. Okay? I want y'all to sit down and talk about stuff that is going to make a difference or a positive difference in everyday Americans' lives. We have the strongest military in the world. And we're focusing on TikTok? Let's focus on raising the debt ceiling, passing gun reform that will actually make a difference, or helping Ukraine fight the war it's currently in. Listen, I get that we're in a culture war with China. But what are you going to do to Chinese Americans? What are you going to do to Asian people that live in our country? Are you just going to chase them out because you're having a culture war with the country that they or their family members or ancestors are from? No, you're not going to do that. Yaya the panda was sent back to China because of the culture war that is going on between the US and China, okay? Forget spewing anti-Chinese propaganda. Start focusing on stuff that matters, that will make a difference. This country is gonna go down for the count if we don't get our act together and start passing some shit, sorry, that actually makes a difference or a positive difference in the lives of everyday people. I feel that this TikTok stuff is making a negative difference. It's making a difference, but it's negative. And that's because people like TikTok. They get their enjoyment, their pleasure, and their laughs from this app. And you can't just take it away because people don't like it. Because you don't like it. If you side with the government on this, okay, fine. By all means, you're entitled to your opinion. I am just saying. Like, take a school. Like, Hogwarts. A school that big. If one person does one wrong thing, and they do it repeatedly, they can get expelled. But yet, if literally all of the kids in that school do that, they can't expel every single one of them. It's the same with TikTok. You try to take it away, it's only gonna make people want it more. And they're gonna start breaking the law when they shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to break the law just to get your own enjoyment. Like, focus on stopping Ron DeSantis and his almost dictator-like regime in Florida. The guy is banning books about African American history. Hell no, Ronnie. Hell no. Focus on that. Focus on that. Don't focus on TikTok. Focus on making sure that our children are safe and our national security is secure. I was talking about this Inquirer earlier today because we had a free day. One of my friends, I'm not gonna say her name, out of respect for her, but she said, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't think that people with mental illness should have access to a gun. And I said, I agree with you. Like, if you have mental illness, it is 10 times more likely that you will be the victim of violence, especially gun violence, than perpetrated. But that does not mean you should have a gun. And most of the people who have who have been involved in mass shootings, who pulled the trigger those days, were mentally ill. They should not have had access to a gun. Okay. Like, if a mentally ill person should have a gun, they should have to go through multiple tests just to ensure that they won't use it irresponsibly. Now, I have nothing against mentally ill people. Okay? But just because you're more likely to be a victim of violence rather than perpetrate it does not mean that you should have a gun. Jeffrey Dahmer or Hitler, both of them had more than a few screws loose, and they still had access to weapons that could destroy humanity. And even if you're an average person who doesn't have any mental illnesses, you should still have to go through hundreds of tests just to ensure that you won't use the gun or weapon irresponsibly. Okay? Y'all can disagree with me if you want. But I am saying we should not focus on TikTok. If the real problem here is the debt ceiling, is our guns. We have more guns in this country than we have people. It's anti-Chinese propaganda. We should be able to come together in this world. Instead, we're drifting apart. I don't think that's what God had in mind when he created humanity. Humanity is flawed. No human is perfect, but no human should try to take away the pleasure of another. Like, if you get your pleasure, your kicks out of robbing banks, killing people, committing crimes or serious crimes, yeah, throw them in jail. Find a hobby. Like, but if you're just watching TikToks or short videos on apps, you shouldn't have that taken away because a bunch of old people, a bunch of white old people are sitting in a giant room and none of these men or women know their ass from their elbow. Okay? Babies are able to tell their ass from their elbow quicker than half of those old people in Washington can. Whew. Getting off track, Marcos. Getting off track. Well, that was my rant about TikTok. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. It's okay to disagree. I I'm just bringing my perspective on this. And I hope y'all have a good day.